Hey, so I want to show you my DVD collection. Yeah, so I have DVDs in my binders, but then I also have Deep Space Nine and Enterprise. And then I have the Picard Legacy Collection, which has Picard, Next Generation, and all the Next Generation movies. So I have these are all DVDs and Blu-ray. And then let me show you my other DVDs. So this is my first binder. I have Flower Drum Song. I love this musical. It's amazing. And it has, I can't remember the actors' names, but it has this song called I Love Being a Girl, which you've probably heard. But I love this musical for that song. And then Funny Face. I think Funny Face has Think Pink. Like Think Pink when you pick that Kelk chose. Is that the song? I think that's Funny Face. And then I have Rawhide, of course. Rollin', 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 Rawhide. So I was really, I'm really into Westerns. I really like Westerns. And I have A Million Ways to Die in the West. And then this is Demolition Man, which, amazing movie. It has Stallone. No, Sylvester Stallone. And what's his name? Man, I can't remember anybody's name. But it has, it's not Dennis Rodman. Man, I can't remember anybody's name. But it has the villain is this black man actor. I can't remember his name. I feel so bad. But I really like his character. He's crazy in this movie. And I really like that movie. The Other Guys, very silly movie. I really enjoyed it. Sometimes it's a little cringe, but sometimes I'm like into it. And then Down with Love, I actually have to replace this. Now it skips, and I don't know what happened to it because it's just been in the binder, and the rest of them are okay. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I love these. Get your hands off of me, you darn dirty ape. And then they say when it's the humans, get your hands off of me, you darn dirty human. So, and then I have like some like B movies. So this is Fathom, and this is Modesty Blaze. I haven't watched these two in a while, so I don't remember what they're about. And then Brazil is one of my favorite movies. It's like this weird movie where the guy is having these dreams about this woman, and then he sees her, and he kind of is like, I gotta find this woman, but there's all this stuff happening, and it's in like the future, but it's like a bureaucracy kind of future where a corporation kind of runs the world. I love it. Sherlock Holmes. I think I have both of them. I think, is there a third one? I don't think so. But I have both of those. And then I have The Princess Bride. I love that. I especially love when, is his name Inigo Montoya? But when he's like, I'll give you anything you want. He's like, I want my father back. I love that line. So, and then Red is good with Bruce Willis. Airplane. I have not watched Airplane a lot. I watched it when I bought it, but I'll be honest, I don't remember it that much. And then Paul. I watch this every so often. I really like it. It has Seth Rogen, and he plays an alien. I think that's him. And he's trying to get home, but they're looking for him. And then Night and Day, pretty good movie. It's got, okay, I'm gonna give up on trying to remember these actors' names, because I cannot remember anybody's name. But it has these people in it. And I really like it. It's like, it's an action, but it's kind of like a rom-com a little bit too. The American, that movie, not really for me. It's kind of like, it's not a war movie, but it has the vibes like that. It's like dark and kind of gritty, which, I don't know, I like a gritty, dark film noir kind of movie, but I don't really like a war movie. This is a play that I went to, that I bought. I don't remember what happens in it, but I remember liking it. And then, of course, I have all of Columbo. So I have all the seasons of Columbo and the movies. Man, my eyes are burning. Let me come back. So I was saying I have all of Columbo. So this is season 1. I have all the seasons. I'm not going to list them all. But I really like these. It's mainly my mom really likes Columbo, and I bought it so we could talk about it. So I bought us both all the seasons, so she could have it, and then we could talk about the episodes. And it's one of my favorite things to talk about with my mom is Columbo. And I've watched a lot of these. I don't think I've watched every episode or every movie, but there's a lot. Like, you could just turn this on at any time, and it's like a new thing. I like it a lot. And then I have more westerns. So I have Gabby Hayes, Judge Roy Bean, The Roy Rogers Show, Cisco Kid, The Lone Ranger. Some of these are multiple in there, but and I have Pistol and Petticoats, Shotgun Slade, Bonanza, Annie Oakley, Bonanza, Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, Northwest Passage, The Range Rider, and then here we go into Wes Anderson. So I have Bottle Rocket, I have Grand Budapest Hotel, one of my favorites, Fantastic Mr. Fox. I might as well just not say one of these are my favorites, because Wes Anderson movies are kind of my favorite. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I really love this one. This one may be my favorite movie. I really like that one. Moonrise Kingdom, when she makes the beetle earrings. Those were so gross and cool. Darjeeling Unlimited. It was so good, but then there's like this sad part where, somebody dies and they try to save them from the river, and they all three of them go jump in to try to save these kids from the river, and one of them doesn't make it, and they're like, mine died, and it was so sad. I don't know, it's like my most memorable part. Rushmore. What is this? The Royal Tenenbaums. And then this is part of that, the Royal Tenenbaums. And then I have the Triplets of Belleville. I don't know if you've ever watched this, but you should. It's really good. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like this guy is training his whole life to go on this bike race, like the Tour de France kind of race. And he gets kidnapped to work in to be the power source for a club by these like mobsters, and these triplets save him. But it's so interesting. It's so fun to watch. I love Sylvain Chomet. I love their animation. I have a few other movies by them, but they're digital. Treasure Planet. I love throwing this on. This is just a wonderful. And then, if I could get the Muppet Treasure Island, I would marathon these. I really like the Treasure Island. I really like that. And then Paranorman. So I have this, but I also have all of the Leica movies, at least the ones that have come out so far. I know they're coming out with another one called Wildwood, which I am really excited about. And then The Jerk. I was born a poor black boy. So I don't know if you watched that, but it's Steve Martin, and that's like the opening line is he says, "I was born a poor black boy." It's so ridiculous. And then The Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell. I like this. I don't think I've watched it in a while though, but it's really good. And then Soap. I have all of Soap. I don't know if you've watched Soap. It's like a satire series where it's a soap opera, but it's so ridiculous. And each episode ends and begins with like, last time on Soap, but then they'll say stuff that didn't happen, and it's like, last time on Soap, these people were getting together, this person was mad, and we'll find out on the next episode, and then none of that happens. So I have that whole series. I really like it. And then that's it for this binder. Let me open the other binder. Okay, this is the second binder. And this I bought randomly because I really like Bill Plimpton's animation. I'd never seen this. If you do get this, it's called Bill's Dirty Shorts. And let me tell you what, they are dirty. Very adult. So, very adult, but the animation is amazing. He's just a really great animator. But, and then The Distinguished Gentleman. This is a Eddie Murphy movie. And he becomes a senator. He's a con man. And he runs for senator because he's kind of like, it's a con, but it's legal. So it's really good. I will say there's some kind of offensive stuff, but it's like a 1980s movie or 80s or 90s. So I don't know. If you've watched 90s or 80s movies, you would kind of know what I'm talking about. It's not like crazy where they're doing anything like really offensive, but it is, there's like a one line where it's a throwaway where it's kind of offensive. Young Frankenstein with man, I can't remember anybody's name when I want to. What is his name? Gene Wilder? Yeah, Gene Wilder. And I love when what's the name of that woman? And every time they say her name, the horses neigh and lightning crashes and thunder. And I love it. Abby Normal. That Abby Normal. So, and then I have the Mannequin movies. I love these movies. I found them on accident and I just am in love with them. I don't know, like, I really like I cannot remember names. But I like the black man who's on here. He's like openly gay and really cool. And he is like a fashion icon. I love him. He's in both movies. And then I have the Bob's Burgers movie, of course. I love Bob's Burgers, my favorite show. So of course I have the movie. And then Care Bears. I love Care Bears. So I have one movie. I do want eventually like the series. But I don't know. They have Care Bear Cousins, which I've watched more of than I've watched the actual series. And I like Care Bear Cousins, so maybe I'll get that. And then, of course, I have Blazing Saddles, Mel Brooks. I love this. I can't repeat some of the lines that I love in it. But there's a scene where the cowboy takes himself hostage. And it's so funny. I love it. And then when they get rolled over by the rock, that's my mom's favorite part too, the rock. But yeah, and then I have the Trolls movies. I don't think I have all of them, but I have Trolls, and I have Trolls World Tour, and I think I have Band Together. Oh yeah, I have Band Together. And then I have Cry Baby with Johnny Depp. So Cry Baby is like this satire movie. It's kind of like Grease a little bit, but it's like more silly, more ridiculous. And it's about this like guy who can roll one tear down his face, and he's called Crybaby, and everyone's in love with him, but he's a bad boy, so they can't be in love with him. And he's like, he runs with like a gang and stuff. And then of course I have Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which came in a 3-pack with Pretty in Pink and Some Kind of Wonderful. I have not watched Pretty in Pink or Some Kind of Wonderful. Do you think I should? Are they good? I don't know. The covers didn't look that good. And then Kroll is something I found out about last year. I love it. I bought it physically. I bought it digitally. It's like a high fantasy, but in space on a different planet. And there's like aliens, and there's like cyclops and ogres. It's really cool. And like princesses. It reminds me of Princess Bride, but in space. And then I have Joe versus Volcano, which reminds me a lot of Brazil. So, I don't know if you watched Brazil. I don't know. But it has a similar vibe of like corporate office runs the world, but a person like escapes the world, the corporate world, and kind of goes on their own. So I like that. And then, of course, I have Car Wash and Which Way is Up. Which Way is Up? You remember when he says, I would have put money in the envelope, but I already closed it in the letter. And then, of course, I love Car Wash. I think is it the Pointer Sisters that sings in Car Wash? I really like their song. I really like that movie. So, and then I have Bustin' Loose and Brewster's Millions, which came with those two. I haven't watched these. I think I watched them maybe one time, but I haven't watched them enough to be like, I have a favorite line or I know what was happening in these two. And then I have Black Knight with Martin Lawrence. This is another one of my favorite movies. I really love it. It's like Martin Lawrence gets transported back in time and he's confused for the Black Knight, like the famed Black Knight. And it's really cool. And he falls in love with this princess, or she's not a princess, but I think of her as a princess, but she works in the castle and she's beautiful and he falls in love with her. But they're trying to run a revolution, so, but yeah. And then Superstar, always smelling her armpits, and then people's boobs are glowing. So, really great movie, love Superstar. Can't remember anybody's name, but there's like some cool actors in this one. And then A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I'm a little bit of a Martin Lawrence fan. I feel like if he's in something, it's going to be good. A Thin Line Between Love and Hate is like listed as a comedy, but I think it's more like a thriller. If it could be a thriller comedy, because he's hitting kind of aggressively on this woman, and so they end up going out, but she's kind of crazy, and she wants him like all to herself, and he's kind of like, I'm not into this anymore, but she's like, you know, if you leave me, you're gonna have some problems. So really good movie. And then this is, let me see, does it say? Okay, this is Legally Blonde. So I bought these two, Legally Blonde 1 and 2, because I have not watched Legally Blonde. I don't think I have. If I have, it's been like clips from like social media. I haven't watched the full movie. And then Queen Christina I got because I heard it's queer. It's like a lesbian movie, but from like the 1940s or something, or 30s. I don't know, but I haven't watched it yet. I got it recently. But she's like a queen, but she doesn't want to be like married off. And she has like a woman who's like her best friend, and I think they kiss. And then I can't read this. Oh, this is Dark City. Have you guys watched Dark City? So Dark City is this crazy movie where there are like aliens, but they've kidnapped all these people and they're like wiping their minds every night and changing them around based on what they feel like. Like you could be poor one night or like filthy rich the next night, based on what they want to you to be. And then there's this one guy who's remembering things, and they have to stop him because he might have powers to stop them. So that's a really good movie. I used to have it on VHS. And then, of course, I have the Muppet Show. I think I have all of it. I've seen all the seasons, although they did just come out with a new Muppet Show. So I'm going to have to somehow get that. And then Strawberry Mansion was so good. That's a newer movie. It's like this world where your dreams are audited, and this like tax person goes to this woman's house in the countryside to audit her dreams, and she has so many, and he has to stay there to audit them. And then there's like this plot to get rid of her, but he has to save her through the dreams. And then Dave Made a Maze. Really good movie. I like this kind of movie where it's like crafts are in the movie. So Dave makes a maze out of cardboard. Excuse me, but there's like wild stuff happening. Like there's a minotaur, and there's like all this stuff in this maze that he made out of cardboard. And nobody believes him, so they go into the maze, and he's like, now he's got to save everybody, but everybody's like dying in this maze that he made in his living room. And then I have Dodgeball. If I had a choice, I would not get the unrated one. I feel like when they say unrated, it just, like, they're like, it's going to be gross. I like the regular Dodgeball, but this is the one that they had. So, I don't know, I might replace that one day with, like, just a regular Dodgeball. I'll have to watch it and see if they have an option for unrated. I haven't watched this one. And then I have Venom, which I have not watched. No, I think I watched the first one. So, I watched this one. I didn't watch the second one. And then I have Talladega Nights, So I think this is like a 2-disc set. Yeah, it's full screen and then it's widescreen. So, and then I have Night at the Museum. I have both of them. Night at the Museum, and then I have Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. And I like those movies. Sweeney Todd, a horror musical. I love a horror musical. And Stranger Than Fiction is one of my favorite movies. I've said this for a lot of movies, but I like movies. So, Stranger Than Fiction is one of my favorite movies because there's an overhead narrator. And Will Ferrell thinks like he's going crazy because he starts hearing this voice in his head who's narrating everything he's doing. But it turns out that something else is going on. I don't want to totally ruin it, but it's really good. And then I have Hellboy, Disc 1 and Disc 2, which includes, I think, the documentary. And I actually watched the documentary on accident because I was asleep and I woke up and it was playing on YouTube and I ended up staying up for the rest of the night and watching it. It was really good. And then here we are at the Leica collection. So I have Coraline, Paranorman, Kubo, and the 2 strings, and the box trolls. I especially like the box trolls. Something about them being obsessed with cheese and stuff. I just really like that one. And I love Paranorman. I don't know, it's kind of like a kid's horror movie. I like that. Coraline's pretty good too. And then Total Recall, when their eyeballs come out. That's my favorite part of the movie, when they're on Mars and their eyeballs come out. And then, of course, I have Harlem Nights, which I think is also Eddie Murphy. Is Martin Lawrence in that one, too? I can't remember. But I think Eddie Murphy is in it. Chicago. I love Queen Latifah in Chicago. When You're Good to Mama. Labyrinth, of course. I love Labyrinth. What is it called? What is it? The Power to Voodoo. Who do you do? I love that. And the Muppets are in there. Not the Muppets, but what's his name did the puppets for this. The Riddick trilogy. So I actually didn't go see Dune because I kept like confusing it with Riddick, and I was like, I've already seen this movie. I don't want to go watch that. So I didn't go watch it. And then I still haven't watched Dune because I was like convinced that it was the same movie. I know it's not now, but I still don't really want to see Dune. But I liked Riddick. I watched this as a kid. I had it on VHS, and I really enjoyed it. So I found it on DVD when I was in the store. And then Equilibrium. Actually, what I went in for when I found Riddick was Equilibrium. And this one, I always remember the part where the son turns in his father for not taking the meds in this, like, dystopian world, and I really like this movie. Ooh, and you know, Gattaca is something I really want to get. That kind of reminds me of that, Gattaca. And then Spiderwick Chronicles, good movie. What is this one? Quest for Camelot. I think this is the animated one, so this is a good movie. I really like that. Transformers, pretty good movie. I like the one when they go to Peru, I think. So I would love to have that one. And then Cloudy with a Chance for Meatballs. Sometimes I get really into a movie or show, and I'm just watching it like 24/7. And that was Cloudy with a Chance for Meatballs for a while. I was just watching it like back to back. So just like, I think it was on Netflix, and I would just play it all the time. I really liked it. I don't know, something about the animation, I really like it. So The Seeker, The Dark is Rising. I don't know much about that. I found it at the library. Kung Fu Panda. And then I have Despicable Me 2, which I like Despicable Me. I like the one where he is like, where his origin story, where they find out with the Kung Fu people, the Fab Five or something are they called? Something like that. I really like that one. But this is at the library, so it's kind of like you get what you get. And then this is Star Trek Nemesis. It's a 2-disc. So I think, yeah, this is disc 1, disc 2. Sky Captain, The World of Tomorrow. So this movie I saw randomly at the thrift store, and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember watching this as a kid and really enjoying it, and I don't hear or see anything about it. And it's such a cool movie. They have like miniature animals. They have like not floats. What is it called? A dirigible. So it's like a war is happening, and they go to this island, and there's like this scientist who's creating secret weapons and is creating a ship to transport all the animals and creatures and off of the planet to start a new world. It is really interesting. I love that movie. And then old school, I have not watched this, but I think it has Will Ferrell in it, so it looked interesting. Radio, I remember watching this and having this on VHS, and that's kind of why I got it. I don't know if I still like it, but I remember watching it as a kid and remembering that I watched it, and I used to like it. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? One of my favorite movies. So what's the line? You'll see a cow on top of a cotton house. And he says, what about the obstacles in our way? I love that. And then Ted and Ted 2. So this was on sale. I'm not a big fan of Ted, but I was like, it's only a couple of dollars and you get both movies. So I got that. Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys. I have not watched these all the way through. I've only seen clips, so I wanted to get them to be able to watch them. And then Live Free or Die Hard. This, I think, is not... This is like the third movie, I think, of Die Hard. I think. But I want to get Die Hard. I don't think I have that. And then Bad Santa, which I got because it has Bernie Mac in it. American Gangster, Disc 1, Disc 2. So I haven't watched these, but I think I got it at the library. Yes. No, I got these from that big box of movies, I think. Yeah, American Gangster, Scarface, A Christmas Story. I love that with the leg lamp, and then his tongue gets stuck to that pole. The Blues Brothers is a good movie. It's kind of a musical, and I love the Aretha Franklin music. The Mechanic, I haven't watched that, and it's kind of like a gritty movie, so I don't know if I would like it, but it was in that big box. A Chorus Line, it was again in that big box. You, Me, and Dupree. I think I would actually like this. I haven't watched it yet, though. 300 is one of those movies where I was watching it on repeat, and something about it, I was just really loving the vibe. It's very violent, though, so I don't know if I can still watch it again, but I used to watch this, like, back to back. And then I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. I have not watched this all the way, but I know clips from it, and I wanted to get it because I was like, I want to watch that. And then Big Daddy, this is Adam Sandler, and I just want it because it has Adam Sandler. Sahara, which I thought was a remake of the Humphrey Bogart movie, but it's not related. And then the Carol Burnett Show, one of my favorite shows. I love when they do that like satire scene of Gone with the Wind, when she has the curtain rod in her back and she's walking around with curtains on. That's so funny. So this Carol Burnett Show. And then White House Down, not really a movie for me. It's it gives me like war movie vibes. I know it's not exactly a war movie, but not really for me, but it was in that big box. So, and I think it has an actor that I like, so I kept it. But yeah, that is my entire movie collection. So yeah, that's my entire movie collection. That's both binders, all my Star Trek. And I don't keep the DVD cases or the Blu-ray cases. Oh, I forgot about my Blu-ray movies. I'll show you next time. This video is kind of long, but I have some Blu-ray movies that I just got from that big box, so I'll have to show you next time. And I'm ordering some more movies as well, some space movies that I really love, and I want to get Debs. I really love watching Debs. It's like a sapphic sapphic spy movie where they're like secret agents, but then they fall in love with the villain. Very cool. I loved it. And yeah, so that's my movie collection, at least most of it. I have like a stack of Blu-rays that I got, but I'll show you that next time. Okay, I hope you have fun out there. Keep reading. Bye.